with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News NOWCAST.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Haley Potter. Thanks for joining us for tonight's edition of the Erie News Nowcast. Local animal cruelty officers are investigating a disturbing case of animal abuse they say stemmed from some dog fighting. A group of fishermen found 3 dead pit bulls in the lake at Eaton Reservoir on the Pennsylvania-New York state line. They had all been shot in the face and dumped into the water. Officer Eric Duckett, the humane officer with the Anna Shelter, is investigating after getting a call from state police. He found the dogs all had wounds on their bodies indicating they were in dog fights. Around their necks were also collars that are commonly used in dog fighting.
Well, right now, we're just trying to go through the public to see if anybody knows the dogs or knows of the dogs, has seen these dogs or similar dogs, something that might point us in the right direction. If anybody, was out here and heard the gunshots, something like that, just try to get us in that right direction. So we're working with other more well-known national organizations that have more to do with dog fighting on a national level to possibly locate, who might be responsible for this. Okay.
And Duckett says animal cruelty to this extent is not common in our area. If you know anything, you're asked to call the Anna Shelter. Winter snow tires are the latest item to add to the list of things impacted by those supply chain shortages. Here in Northwest PA, having winter tires is crucial, so some tire shops are advising customers to buy in advance. Winter may be on the way, but those winter tires are not. Like many other industries, tire companies are feeling that pandemic pinch.
It has been tough.
Here locally, Marty Kerr, owner of Kerr's Tire Corner on East 10th Street, tells me availability on some winter tire sizes is tough, especially the 18 and 19-inch tires.
We already got most of our shipment in, and we've been informed that this might be all we get.
He says aside from just a supply shortage, people can see these tires going up in price between 10 and 25% from last year.
We've seen price increases like I've never seen before. Basically, I am paying now for the tires what I sold them for last year. It's gone up that much. It seems like every week we're seeing an increase in them.
He says the reason is tires are made out of byproducts of crude oil. So when you see gas prices going up, you can expect to see tire prices going up too. Even though snow might not be top of mind, Marty says even if you don't want to put the tires on quite yet, you should at least start shopping around for the best deal. Even consider putting the snow tires on a layaway program like what they offer at Kerr's.
All you got to do is come in, put 10% down. That way it freezes the price, it freezes the tires for you. A month from now, the same tire can cost you another $5, $10, $15 for the same exact tire you have.
Or the tire you need could just not be there at all. Not a good scenario in the midst of a snowy winter in our region. His other advice is to be patient. It's not these small tire shops' fault that they have to up their prices, and they have no control on how long their orders take to get here. Departments over the area are also preparing for winter. We stopped by the Harbor Creek Township Streets Department today to see how they're preparing for the season ahead. Supervisor Tim May says they have 5 snowplows ready to go right now, and a good supply of salt and anti-skid as well. Because of widespread shortages, May says his staff really planned ahead to get what they need in order to keep the streets clear this winter.
With the chances of, potential shortages of supplies, they wanted to be a little more proactive. We haven't really had difficulty in getting, plow blades and stuff like that in, so we're ready to go.
May says in the average year, the township goes through about 1,000 tons of road salt. Warren County currently has one of the lowest vaccination rates in all of Pennsylvania. And with winter quickly approaching, there's a growing concern over a potential surge in cases. So Warren County Commissioner Jeff Eggleston is planning to launch a new vaccination awareness campaign. According to Eggleston, Warren General Hospital is currently at max capacity, and if there's a spike in COVID cases, it could push the health system over the edge. Last week, Eggleston proposed using $22,000 in American Rescue Plan funds to help with this campaign, but it was shot down by the other commissioners. Now he's applying for grants and calling on local donors to help out with this program.
Every major medical institution in the United States suggests that you should get vaccinated. And all we want to do is basically share that information with the people in Warren County. And I think that if we do that and they see the truth and they see the reality of the situation, that they'll be more likely to get vaccinated, and it'll help them, help the community, and save lives.
Now, this funding that he's looking for would be used for digital advertising, which would run on the radio, television, and social media. After 75 years in business, a local radiator repair shop is closing. It ends decades of business here in Erie, but also leaves customers with fewer options for some important vehicle repairs. Since 1947, Canfield Radiator has been a staple of the Erie area. For decades, three brothers have carried on their father's legacy, working in the garage at 18th and French. But they're all at retirement age, and manual labor in their 60s and 70s definitely isn't easy. That leaves a big hole in Erie, since most garages don't handle complicated radiator repairs. But the Canfield brothers say it's time to move on, and they're all at peace with this decision to retire.
It's hard. It's not easy. It was not an easy decision to make. We love what we do. We love helping our customers.
Although the garage will close on October 29th, its legacy will likely live on for years to come. For decades, Canfields gave out notepads, which you'll find in garages and homes all over our region. The new owners of the Erie Sports Center are making an investment to grow the game of soccer here in Erie. Owners Sheldon Vandeventer and Troy Bingham announced a partnership with the Erie Commodores earlier today. The partnership will aim to create a new youth soccer program in Erie County, including a newly minted Commodores Junior League. The goal is to help young athletes take interest in the game and eventually play in professional leagues too. Commodores owner John Melody says the partnership is just the first step in putting soccer back on the map.
Just the facilities, even in a short space of time that the transition's been made, it's unbelievable what's happened. So I think the future for this for soccer is extremely bright.
We'd like to see one consolidated, really strong club in Erie that can compete with teams from Buffalo, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland, rather than a diluted effort.
Those youth league teams will practice at the Erie Sports Center, which will soon have new upgrades for soccer that will be announced at a later date. Thanks for joining us for the Erie News Nowcast. Join us for our next news at 10 p.m. on the CW and 11 p.m. on WICU and WSEE. Have a great night, everyone.